Welcome in. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a message on my mind about letting go. And what does that mean? What does letting go mean? I want us all to take a big deep breath right now and let it go. Trust that the next breath will come. Letting go to me is not always the easiest, and it hasn't been in the past, but that has changed as of recently, as I've learned to accept the thoughts that are in my head that are just thoughts, and the only power they have is the power you give to them. And your thoughts can be very powerful if you let them. And realizing this showed me how much my thoughts had manifested what was in my current reality. And why I bring up letting it go, and I bring up letting go of your thoughts, allowing your thoughts to come and accepting, saying, oh, that's an interesting thought, and then letting it go. And when your thoughts have a real emotion behind it is when they gain the most power. And that's why manifesting is such an interesting concept, because the more power you give to the thoughts, the more feelings that you have behind your thoughts, the more your reality starts to show you your thoughts in real life. And if you think about your past, and everything that you've gone through is a resemblance of the thoughts that you were thinking. And I know that may be hard to accept. But when you realize you are the creator of your own reality, you are creating with your own thoughts, you realize the power that you hold. And I think allowing yourself to let go of any limiting beliefs, any past beliefs, and letting go of the control of thinking about the future. That's one thing I see myself doing a lot, is if I get really excited about doing something, I will really think about doing that before it even happens. And 10 times out of 10, the actual situation I do see myself in has no resemblance to what the thought process was that I was thinking before. It never does. It never ends up that way. In fact, especially if it's an exciting thing and it's something that I do because I feel passion behind it, it actually ends up 100 times better than what I was thinking before. I think it's really important, and once you realize letting go to outcomes, letting go of the past, you'll feel more free, more in flow of your current reality and what needs to be done. You can feel what feels good in your body more. And this is when I was younger, I always felt like an alien because I had these insane emotions and I didn't have somebody to explain that this was normal. And even then, I've talked to my mom about, how I feel, and she's like, I never felt this way before. Like, I can't help you because I didn't feel that way, or I don't feel that way, or don't have those thoughts that you do. And it became so overwhelming. And for a better part of my years, I did avoid it. I avoided how I felt. And I realized how big of a snowball effect that had in my life, where it was really just me numbing myself to reality, to my thoughts. And then you wake up one day when eventually you do. Things start to realize, you start to realize, like, what have I been doing? You know, you live on autopilot for so long, not addressing the innate human structures that we have, the thoughts that come, the emotions that come. The point of being a human being is to feel the consciousness around us, to feel what it's like to be a part of the universe, to be a fragment of something so much greater. And we are so full of divine love and divine light. And learning to accept what is the reality around you, to stop trying to push so hard against something that's pushing against you and you go nowhere. Eventually, it's like the yin and yang. Something pushes against you and you allow it, and then you push back, and you push back, and you push back. And that's the beauty of life. And that's what I had to realize with my thoughts, right? To let go of the control over my thoughts, because I'm going to keep, it's a thinking machine up here. It's just going to keep producing more and more thoughts, and what feels good in the thoughts I want to embrace, and what thoughts that maybe induce fear or negative emotions that come behind it, I address those too, but I allow all of the emotions to flow naturally through the body, through the feeling, because that's how emotions get stuck in you. And that was one thing that I realized so deeply before I started doing therapeutic massages and hot yoga, and allowing myself to do movements and to find healers that are like, you have all of this stored in you. And I didn't really even need somebody to tell me that. I could feel it. I could feel it last year when I went to therapy for the first time. It was almost like this weight was on my shoulders, and I felt it before, but this time it was like an elephant or the whole world was sitting on my shoulders. And the moment that I spoke my truth to a person that acknowledged me, that reflected back the pain that I was feeling, it was like the emotion was lifted. And it still took work. It still took time processing and sitting with myself and acknowledging the emotions that come through and letting it flow, letting it go through the emotions, allowing myself to be sad, allowing myself to be happy, and knowing that it's never going to stay forever. It's going to just enter and exit and enter and exit. And it's just about the flow. It's just a flow. The universe is all about flowing, and the energy just flows through you. It is such a beautiful thing, allowing yourself to just let go, accept what it is and let go. And truly being able to accept emotions as they go. I've learned to sit and ask myself, what do I need right now? What does my body need right now? Do I need a hot shower? Do I need to work out? Do I need to go for a walk? Do I need to listen to music? Do I need to just lay in bed and do absolutely nothing? Whatever you want, you got it. Like, that has been my mantra for myself this past couple of months, especially this past couple of months. Jennifer, what do you want right now? What would make you feel good right now? And I give it to myself, because sitting and waiting for somebody else to do it for you, it will never feel good. It will never feel as good as when you give it to yourself. When you know deep in your soul, deep in your heart, what makes you feel so good, feel so loved is yourself. it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. It's not your job to go and help everybody around you. Helping people truly at the expense of yourself is only going to be a detriment to yourself. You can help people in a way that isn't a detriment to yourself. You taking care of yourself and you knowing how to love yourself is taking care of other people. If you expect to people please everybody, you're not being authentic, right? And it was somebody that explained this to me that was like, why people pleasing is toxic. And I'm trying to think of a good example right now. So if I'm constantly, if there is, say I'm in a relationship and I want this person to always be happy, even at the expense of my own happiness, and I know they really enjoy this one restaurant and I dislike it. There's nothing there that I like, or I don't want to go there. I'm not feeling it. But I only say yes because I know that they like that restaurant, and instead of trying to suggest, hey, maybe let's find something that we both would like, or this is what I would enjoy. And I'm not saying making that person choose your option because it's whatever you want. It's about finding a middle ground or finding a way to agree on something, right? And this is just an example. And then you say you guys go to this restaurant that you're just like, yeah, okay, like, whatever, sure. And then you have this passive aggressive tone the whole time because you're not enjoying it. You're not where you want to be. And this person really enjoys it, but can tell that there's something off about you. And you want to be the people pleaser and be like, oh, like, I'm good, like, I'm fine, I'm good. It's just going to be a detriment to that person. You're not actually people pleasing somebody. Like, you're not actually pleasing that person. That person will be happy. A person should be happy that you're happy. That's the honest truth. And if somebody doesn't care about your happiness, then that probably isn't the person for you. Truly, honestly, loving people and accepting people for how they are is just going to be the better bet in every situation, honestly. Yeah, hopefully you guys could take something away from that video. I genuinely love talking about deep topics like that, and I hope that it brings insight to those around or come to this video. And just, yeah, I love every single one of you that watch these videos, and I hope that you can gain something out of this. I never know how to end these videos, but that's okay, because it's practice. That's all it is. But anyway, drop a comment if you feel it, if you feel like you got something from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.